What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 12. It's been a while since we posted. We've had a few technical difficulties, but we are over that. And today we have a special guest. His name is Jenny. He's from the US of A, baby. And he's one of our high school friends, and he also has his own social media page, and he's trying to break into the field, and I think this will be a great conversation. So yeah, let's get the conversation rolling.
Jenny, if you would just want to introduce yourself again, like for the viewers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, hello everyone. As I mentioned, I'm Jenny, and I started content creation back in March. There were certain reasons for that. You see, as we grow older, we lose touch with the people closest to us, and especially if you leave the country where you are from, then keeping up with the friends because of time zone differences and life itself, it's very hard to stay in touch with them. So I was like, okay, what I can do, I can present myself, just create a bit of content, and through the comments and all, people can reach out to me, and we can have a conversation always.
Mm.
So that was the major reason I started, and now I'm still posting, but not as consistently as before. Yeah, so that's the small part of my journey.
I have a question,
Yeah,
speaking about consistency, it's something it's truly hard, because we also have some technical difficulties that we have to figure out when it comes to consistency. But for you, you said you started in March, but you haven't been posting. I would say for us, it's getting all three of us together, so that's kind of where the difficulty is. But for you,
yeah,
since you're yourself, what's
yeah.
stopping you from being that consistent? Is it like the content you want to create, or is it just ideas that you can't think of?
The first weeks of March, it was very like clear. You have that excitement, you want to post, and you get anything and everything out there. So it always pushes, it gives you that push to go ahead. However, over a longer period of time, what you realize is that uh, posting every day and getting time for everything at once, it's like close to impossible. You can do it, of course, but you are sacrificing so many other things. Like for me, it became gym. So when I started posting in March, I had taken a 2 week break from the gym. And as most of us we know now, that fitness is a big part of my life at this point. So I had to balance everything out, and that's why I think now that affected consistency.
I
Have
see.
you considered posting more gym content? Because I know you posted a few gym content, but then so I always wonder, do you take a
Yeah.
tripod to the gym and then put it there and start recording? How does that feel?
So, okay, there's a lot of embarrassment that I go through whenever, like, people just look at you weird when you have a tripod, right? And at first, I didn't even have the tripod. I just put the phone at such a like at a certain angle, and it was recording me. So people like cut in. Some people they look at the phone and then look at you, and then they judge you. So I felt embarrassed. But then after a certain period of time, I'm like, why not? Let them think what they are. No one's coming to me and telling me anything. And so lately, what I did was also I started recording like at the gym and like having a certain saying or something in the background. So one of the times, interestingly, someone came to me and he's like, "Bro, are you recording right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Whatever you said, it really makes sense, man." So I was like, I was impressed by that, and it's given me that extra boost in confidence.
Do you remember what you said, or
It was the recent reel I posted. Like, there are only two kinds of people in this world.
yeah?
One say one say they can, and the other say I can't. And time, the beauty about time is that it proves both of them correct.
Oh, bro, that's a
Yeah.
really good. That hit home,
Ye- Yeah, and like talking about that, talking about that, I think the only limitation you have is your mind. So if you have a certain goal up here, if you have a certain belief, a vision in your head, that means it's possible.
Mm.
Yeah. So you have
You
to
know,
be limitless, man.
I think I agree to that. Like when once you start living by yourself, and like there's no one to come and push you. I think
Yeah.
the only thing that stops you is your mind and yourself. And I think we are when we started this podcast, I think the only thing that was stopping us was our mind. Well, it was no one else. Like if you ask Yash and Ilian both, like the only reason we did
True.
not do it last year is like it was just ourselves telling ourselves that we are not good enough for this. What will people think? And I think
That's the thing.
I think what you just said, like your mind is the only thing that stops you in anything that you decide to do in life, right? So,
Yeah. Exactly. And I have to add something to that.
mm,
We as humans, we always think that before starting anything, we need to have that perfection. Like, we need to be good at something and then we start. But it doesn't work like that. The moment you start doing something and you start progressing in it, you eventually become better at it.
mm,
So there is never that sense of perfection at the start. There is no perfection.
I love that, bro. I think this is something I've also experienced because
Yeah,
I feel like we think a lot before doing something. Like if you're trying something new, we
yeah,
think a lot, and we end up, as a result, we don't end up doing that thing because we've thought so much about it that it becomes harder than it actually is. And then also, like people, if you talk about social media, like
hmm,
I think people are afraid of being judged, so that's why they are afraid of putting themselves out. But I'm glad that you are able to overcome that and push yourself towards content creation.
yeah, Jenny,
of
like I
course, man.
think I have not told you this in person, but like I think we I was really proud, like as your friend, like when we started this podcast, and then you
Yeah,
started something of your own after like a month or so. I think it was a very proud moment for us as well, like knowing you, like you've gone out there and started something without fearing of what anyone else is going to tell you or judge you. And I think that's a very hard thing to do, especially when you're alone. Like we are three of us, and we
yeah,
were still very scared to start putting ourselves out there. You're by yourself, and you mentioned that you went to the gym. People were looking at you with just weird eyes, and I think that everyone faces. And I think we've not done that. Like I've never experienced that. So like coming from you, like you're going to the gym and recording yourself. I think
yeah.
that's a big step. Already out of your comfort zone. And I think you should be very proud of that as well. Yeah. Like and Ilian
I
as well. Like Ilian started recording himself at the gym, and I think I could, like personally, right now I don't have it in me to record myself. Uh, I think that's something maybe we should consider in the future. Like just going out there and recording in-person videos as well. Yeah.
There were two things. There's a video I posted, I think a few months back, and it said there's something known as analysis paralysis. That before making that big move, you keep on thinking so much that you never make that move at all. For example, so I wanted to start with trading and all back then, and even right now, I haven't made the move because I'm always thinking, oh, about the future, like the potential future. What if everything goes well, and what if everything doesn't go well? But in that thought process, I've just kept on being. I mean, I'm just in that loop of whether should I try. I'll try today, tomorrow, maybe next week. There, yeah, and I think at some point, just give it a go. When I started, I would say it's because of mostly Ilian, you guys, everyone's combined efforts that I saw, where I felt like, no, I have to put myself out there. And even if I make a fool out of myself, it is who I am. You can't change that.
Mm.
So it's up to the people. If they enjoy it, I mean, that's good. And if they don't, they can watch another video. That's it. So rather than like thinking about what people think of you, you just need to express yourself. Be yourself out there, man.
I like to say this one thing, and I say it quite frequently, and it's whatever people do, like regardless of if Arsenal won the Champions League or not, does that put food on my table? It does not. So like I don't let that stuff affect me. I don't let it affect my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Like Arsenal winning the Premier League. Oh my God, it was great for the first 30 minutes. And maybe like I'm not a diehard Arsenal fan, so like that's how I think. But it's like all those things are not gonna benefit my everyday life. Like them
True.
winning the Premier League, it's not gonna put bread or milk on my table. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have to go out there and do my thing. So like you putting yourself out there on the internet, yes, people like we laughed whenever you posted that coffee video. Like we thought that was the most funniest thing ever. Like what the hell is
Yeah,
happening
see,
right
like
now? You
Jenny,
Uh,
know? But like
I never thought, yeah.
yeah, but like
Sorry,
at the
Ilian.
end of the day, it's like you put yourself out there regardless of people liking it, people actually getting time to actually laugh at a video. That's still a
yeah,
positive, you know what I'm saying? So like yeah. So you're doing a good job. I mean, it's just something that it's that block, like you said in the start, the mindset
yeah,
thing. It's a block in your head. You start thinking about, oh, what if someone says this about me? Who gives a crap? You know what I'm saying? Like, who
exactly.
who cares? So yeah.
I'd like to say one thing though, like Ilian, when Arsenal lost the Champions League, I bought myself dinner, so I think it does bring food to the table. Hate watch. But yeah, anyway, yeah,
That's funny.
getting back to Jenny.
Yeah, I do appreciate you guys. Coming from friends, especially the close ones, when you guys say something positive, and I feel like you really mean it.
Mm.
Because we are kind of those friends that um, if there's something bad, you would tell me. If something's good, you'll tell me too. So that's a very important thing for me. Like,
Mm.
and I was talking to Yash just a few days back, and we were having this conversation about money and lifestyle. So the thing was, if you have enough money, if you have your like a lot of wealth, would you still be happy? That's a question to you guys.
Uh,
I think
What do
we've
you
talked
guys think?
about.
now you
I
see,
think we've talked about this before. Like
I
Yeah.
yeah.
it depends on
Yes.
money makes life
Yes.
easier. It does.
Yes. No, I'm and
So
there's probably different like possibilities, different like
yeah,
you know, it's never just a yes or no answer. There's always some
exactly.
type of circumstance that comes in there. Yeah.
I
So
think my
for
perspective towards that,
yeah,
like Jenny, to answer that question, I think
yes,
materialistic things can be bought by money, of course. Like if I have a lot
yeah,
of money, people say you don't need love, you don't need all this kind of stuff. But like I still think wealthy people are still
yeah,
kind of lonely. If you've heard, I don't know, I don't quote me on this, like, but Elon Musk and such big celebrities have always talked about it. Like you don't want to be like them. Like in terms of money, yes, you want to be like them, but you don't want to be what is going on in their head. I don't know how that kind of mindset thinks like. So I don't know if money actually buys happiness. What do you guys think about that? Like,
you
I know
know, you know,
materialistically it does, maybe, but do you think you can
we
truly be happy with just money alone?
so
Well,
I will tell you my what I responded to Yash back then, and then what I have to say right now is that we will come to this topic, back to this topic after 5 years, when we both, I mean, when we all of us, we have achieved something from our lives. We all have set goals in mind, and I feel we will reach there. I know we will reach there, all of us, right?
Yes.
So after 5 years, we'll talk about this again. I hope your podcast is still there. I know it will be there. And for what I replied to Yash was that wealth might be a good thing. It might. I do want to experience all these luxuries in lives. All right. But I think end of the day, knowing that I have a few people who are close to me, who I can talk to freely anytime, who I can share good and bad news with them without being judged. I think that's the greatest luxury in life.
Valid home. Sagi, I expect you to say that.
Yeah,
But
Sorry.
yeah, jokes aside, I think that's a point I agree on. I feel like it's always about the people. You need to have, you need to be surrounded by people you love. It's that's what makes a difference to the quality of your life instead of the physical and materialistic things that matters, but it doesn't matter as much as the people who you surround
Who's
yourself with matter.
mm,
That's what I think.
Yeah,
So let's say, as us four talking right here, we like Jenny said, we come back 5 years from now, and hopefully we've achieved something. Let's say Yash and Sage have gone out and they've become millionaires, for example, right?
right.
You talk about these, yeah, exactly. You talk about these friendships where you would much rather have like these close people that are always with you, regardless of if you're wealthy or not. Me and Jenny are still gonna be here because we're still like your close friends. You know what I'm saying? So like, regardless of if wealth comes in, your home people should always be with you. If they're not with you, then you realize who your true friends are. So regardless
Yeah,
of if wealth comes into play or not, your people that you've grown up with should always be with you. If they're not, then you can define them as saying that, money changed them or like they got jealous, which should never be the case. Does that make sense? Like does
mm.
that
100%.
also add up?
it's
So,
I
true.
want to quote like I think I saw one of this videos of Virat Kohli, like talking about how he got famous, but like one of his closest friend stayed the same with him. Never asked him for tickets, never asked him for anything materialistic. And I think that is what true friends do. Like Virat Kohli is probably the greatest batsman
mm,
we've ever seen. He probably has a lot of money and he probably can give his friend whatever, like his close friend, whatever. But that friend staying true to himself, thinking of Kohli as just the young guy who they went to school and to cricket camp with, I think that is what defines a true friend,
yeah.
Julian. So what you just said
Yeah,
there, like they should still be there with you even if like sometimes life does not happen the same to all of us, right? So like someone
Mm,
grows exponentially because of the action that they took, someone does not mean necessarily like the other person has failed. It just means the other person has got uh, a different path in life. So like I think what you just said there, true friendship is not is defined by that. Yeah.
um, life would be senseless if someone hasn't seen you grow from point A to point B. If someone
Mm.
hasn't been a part of your journey from the start till a specific point X, it wouldn't make sense.
So Jenny,
And
I
some,
just want to, yeah,
yeah,
go ahead, sorry, yeah, finish.
and sometimes it doesn't work out like that, and that's a very sad thing. But let's just hope wherever we reach in the future, at least there is someone that looks up to you and that has seen your growth from the start.
Yeah, coming to back to your content creation, what
Yeah.
what what niche are you looking into? Like, are you still going to be posting just gym content, or
Uh,
like it's going to be
so
different kind of things? Yeah.
that's a good question actually. I wanted and I have been wanting to ask my viewers what exactly should I be posting, but I'm like, if I do ask them and if I do follow their opinions, then it's like I'm not doing what I like. I'm
Mm.
just listening to others. I'm doing it for the sake of other people. But still, I haven't thought a lot about that.
I mean,
There's the gym content, and then there's the random things that I post. Yeah,
coming to that point of you saying that you want to ask your followers to see what they want to see. You can
yeah,
always incorporate that. Doesn't mean you have to fully do what they tell you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like you can still have your own content that you actually are happy posting, and then those one and two videos that will make your followers happy, you could post one of those in a week and they'll still be satisfied because they're still going to keep up with your videos. So that might be
hmm,
something that whenever you can't think of something that you want to do, having that video that, oh, I remember my follower said I should do this in the gym. That's a
yeah,
video you can make, and gives you time to try and think of something else. So I don't know if that helps, but that would be kind of cool.
yeah. I think that's great advice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
should follow up with that.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking as well. Like 90% of the videos can be of the things you like doing, and then 10% can be of what your followers want to see.
yeah,
And I think it's a great balance because you're doing what you want and you're also doing what your viewers want to see. And the thing is, when you put out a poll like this, it's dependent on your current viewers. But then, if you keep posting videos that you like, your audience will grow, and you'll keep getting new viewers. So I think just mainly following what you have in mind is the best option, because that is what got you the viewers you have right now. So I think
Yeah.
that's definitely something I agree with. And do you know where, like, if I ask you 1 year later, Jenny, where do you wanna be? Where do you wanna see your content creation to be? Where do you wanna see it to be at?
I just want to make people happy. That's it.
I like
I
that. What? Oh, seriously, I like that answer. Yeah.
Big statement
uh
right there.
I don't like, sometimes I post a video, right? And I turn off the internet and put the phone aside for like 2 hours or something. I don't touch the phone. I don't, it's like that mentality that if I every second I'm looking, oh, I got a like, I got this, someone
Mm.
commented this, and I have to reply to that. Uh I don't want that sense of growth in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see people happy. And though I told you, the whole reason I started this was because I wanted to reach out to friends, have conversations with people that I have not had since a very long time. And there is a story. So when I started content creation, there is a chai video I made, and that blew up. Like, I mean, blew up. It got
I know,
above
I
a
know,
thousand views, right?
I know. I remember.
I
You were
watched
the
it.
So
talk of the town, bro. Like
yeah.
that was
It was
funny.
the first one that I felt like I have gone outside my comfort zone. I have given my everything for that video. And so many things happened. People that I haven't talked to in years, they texted me, bro, what's up, man? I heard you have moved to US. And like, then we had a whole conversation, and then we found out that we live nearby and all. And I think that was like when I realized, yeah, the content I'm producing, it's the right one.
So I can say that you beginning your content creation has led you to talk with so many of your old friends, and that has worked out for you.
Yeah. And I mean, seeing growth from other people, even, I mean, I love that. I'm someone who enjoys you grow up exponentially, and like, I would enjoy that. When you guys started, I think I texted each one of you that you guys, you're doing a great thing. You should
Mm.
just continue. And even your videos, whenever I saw on YouTube, oh, like posted 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, I'm there on YouTube comments, bro, legit.
Mm.
I remember seeing your comments and liking them and replying to them. Yeah, the support
Yeah.
was really helpful at the time.
So I have a question to ask you guys. What do you guys think about manifestation?
I think
Manifestation. Mm.
I think my mom truly believes in it.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't got me to get into it, but she always tells me to do it, but I just haven't I haven't done it. And I truly believe it does work. I just haven't put the effort to try it out.
I have experiences with manifestation where it has come true, but they're very personal, so I'm not
Mm.
gonna talk about it. But my experience is that it all 95% of the times I've manifested things have come true, so
Yeah,
it definitely works. And I've been told Sagar and Ilian about it. Like you should definitely try visualizing
oh
what you
yeah,
achieve, and that will happen. Like it's hard to explain. I'm sure there's a logical explanation behind it, but
of course.
I don't know the explanation behind it, and it still produces the results that I've always wanted. And
Yeah.
maybe that's lucky, maybe that's manifestation, but in my experience, it definitely works. And I highly recommend people to try manifesting things that they want. I feel like it will help them achieve what they want.
Yeah.
You
How
know,
how about you?
uh, I think Yash is the one who, I talk to Yash a lot. So, like, he tells me about manifesting a lot of good things in life. But I think what he mentioned, manifesting is the first step. Like, I think when you manifest something, I think it works in like psychology. I don't know how it works. Like you just try to work twice as hard towards that goal, and
Hmm.
that's how manifestation works. But I don't know if like like some magically it's never worked for me. Like like I've just oh like I want to become a millionaire tomorrow. Like it's not gonna
Yeah.
happen, right? So like, but for smaller things maybe. But then I think it leads to more action, and that action is what leads to results. So manifesting alone maybe cannot work, but manifesting leads you to do certain actions that lead to results. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to share my personal experience with this. So, back in 2025, January, like the first um 5 months of January, what I used to do is journal every day. I used to write what I want from the day, some of the tasks, and everything that's gone good, everything that's gone bad, right? And during uh, during the start of it, there was also a goal list that I wrote down. It had the top 5 goals I want to achieve this year, and in that, randomly, I just had written top 5 goals, and then the top 5 goals that are unlikely to happen this year but might happen next year. So in those, I had written one international trip, not India, not Kenya. I wrote that. Okay, whenever I tell anyone about this, it like gives me goosebumps because I was through that. I've gone through that. But not India, not Kenya, right? And around March, after 3 months of it, I randomly got this on my Instagram, Air Asia tickets, $290. So I was like, damn, traveling to a whole different country for $290 is not bad. So I talked to some close friends of mine. I tried to like push them, let's go, let's go. We can try this. We'll have experience of life. And all of them said no. And I was demotivated for a while. Then I talked to my parents. I'm like, yeah, even parents are going to say no to this. Surprisingly, they're like, no, go do it. Yeah, you should try. So I remember then in May, I booked the tickets in April to Malaysia, and May I went to Malaysia like for 7 days. And then on the topic of visualization, what Yash said, right? In Jan also, what happened was every night before I sleep, I had a view, had a visual view perspective that I see, right? And one of it was Lord Ganesh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the views was it was very random. I go up like stairs, and on my left hand side, there is an idol of Lord Ganesh. This was not a temple. This was not a. It was a whole like uh, an idol surrounded by flowers and leaves. It was like a foresty area, right? So when I went back to Malaysia, the fifth day of Malaysia, there was this place we went to. It was called Batu Caves. So in Batu Caves, there are quite many stairs, right? 200 stairs. And once you climb those, on your left hand side, there is the idol of Lord Ganesh with flowers and leaves and everything.
No freaking way, man.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, I have goosebumps right now. But when I saw that, and it's that's not the only time. It has happened so many times with me.
Mm,
But at that moment when I saw that, I like froze in time.
mm.
That was a
And I
very
think
strong for you.
that was the best experience I've had until now about manifestation, about visualization, and the whole story on how from journaling it went to the point of actually making it a reality.
Mm.
That's amazing, man. I've not heard such a
Yeah,
story.
that's
And
crazy. Yeah,
it
that's
actually,
actually.
what you visualize at night came true a few months later. I think
Yeah,
that is something
it's
unbelievable.
it is so unbelievable for me too. Like I'm not from a rich family. Like I'm from a middle class family, right?
Mm.
Thinking of even going to travel a whole country just for the fun of it,
Yeah, I know.
it's
It's
like it checks out of the box. You don't check that, right?
yeah,
But and then telling your parents and then telling your friends and getting like no from friends, and you're like alone. How do I do this? right? And then making it to that point where you have already experienced, it's unbelievable. Like from my end too.
I think one great part about that story is even after your friends refused, you still wanted to go. I think people will be like, my friends are not going, so why
So
should
why
I
should I
go?
go?
But then there was this, I don't know, curiosity inside of you that made you want to go. So I think that is a quality not many people have.
Yeah, that's true. But back to Saga, what he said, like if you have a, I mean, you have manifested a certain thing, you have a certain mindset towards it, right? Then it's like you are developing small, you're taking those small steps towards that goal, and at some point you end up achieving it.
Mm.
So at that point, when my friend said no, I had an option whether I would say just no and like call quits on it, or should I follow what I had been thinking about since the last 3 months.
Mm.
Amazing,
Hey,
man.
it goes back to that quote that you said in the start. It's the people that say I can and the people that say I can't.
And
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And both of them are correct. At the end of the day, both of them tend to be correct. The people who say I can, they end up doing it. The people who say I can't, they get in that loop of, oh, I should have done it. And that regret, let me tell you, that regret is one of the worst things you can experience. When you know you have the potential of doing it, but you still cut slacks.
I'm glad that you don't listen
Mhm.
to others and follow what is in your heart.
You know,
Because
just
it's tough doing that, man.
yeah.
Like, really tough. People get peer pressured and they give up on their dreams. You know, when we used to hear stories of, yo, your friends don't believe in you, your family don't. We've heard all these stories, but we've not
Yeah,
seen it happen, so we don't
yeah.
really believe it. But then when you actually experienced it, that your friends didn't want to come, but you still went, I think that's amazing, man.
There's this word in English called delusional optimism. I was just searching it up to see if it actually makes, if I'm making any sense. So it is an
Yeah.
actual word, delusional
Hmm.
optimism. So it says like it's an unrealistic belief or mindset in which individuals maintain an overly positive view of their circumstances or abilities, even when evidence suggests otherwise. So I think that view on if you really want something badly in life, delusional optimism is the way to go. Like you just have to put in insane amount of hours into something. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think of that, but like I just wanted to.
That's
That's why having a positive mindset is the best way forward. I feel like it really helps you get where you want. And yeah, love your stories, man.
Right. So, we had this, what do you say, Sage? Delusional optimism?
optimism.
Right. Um, so let's say you're on these goals, you're like, all right, I know I can do this. Da 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 da. And what if you keep failing? Everyone out there, all these social media people, every person that says, just get up. Failure is not an option. Like get up, go back, keep doing it. When is the time that you have to like kind of reset or like go back and be like, hey, like it's
I
not
have
working.
I have I know what you're talking about, Ilian, and I have a very nice example. So there's this lady known as Melaine Perkins. I don't know if many of you have heard that, but she's the founder of Canva, the Canva art studio that
Oh, I've
we
heard her
use. Like,
story. I've heard her
yeah.
story. Yeah, yeah.
So
Main cur-
I always find this very interesting. She was rejected 107 times in her career for the idea of Canva. 107. Alien. And I mean, Saga, Yash, if we fail 10 times, we will call quits 10. 10's a lot. 5 times if 5 people come to us and say, oh, that's a dumb idea. You should think about something else. Oh, we are going to call quits on it. She heard that 107 bloody times, and yet she continued her journey.
Yeah.
If you want to take away anything from this video, I think her story should be something that you should stick with in life.
Yeah,
Failure is
yeah.
not the end. If not person X is going to support you, person Y will. And there are 26 letters on the alphabet, so you have a long way to go, man.
I was
Cool,
just reading her
cool.
story on Reddit, like 100 times, and she met someone, and then now it's worth $40 billion, bro. Like
There.
Good. You said you read her stories where?
I on Reddit, I was just reading on Reddit.
Ah,
No, I feel Reddit is a very
No,
good place for like getting to know people's perspective. So
their point of view.
and
yeah,
I want to add something to that, right? The, I have seen many people who have, I mean, who have been up there, like they've experienced riches, the luxuries, and all this. And I've seen people who are also very delusional in life. And one quality or one specific thing that I prefer that makes me look at someone and be like, oh wow, this guy is really powerful or really knowledgeable. That quality is that you say you want something from life and you get it. That shit, the way it builds your character is completely different. So for you guys too, if you have a certain thing, it's always starts from the small things. If you want something, if you want to achieve something, a specific trait, a specific behavior, a specific material object, and you end up achieving it, oh, that shit is gonna boost your confidence like nothing else. And I feel if you do that over and over and over and over again, then you get everything from life that you wanted.
Well said, well said, well
That's
said.
Yeah,
some quality knowledge right there. I feel like you need to be hungry for success. That's what our former like myth. That's what he told us. Our guest who we had a few
yes.
episodes ago. He said, "Be hungry for success," and I think chasing after your goals is definitely the way to go. And I can see you doing that, Jenny. I can see the way you're chasing after your goals. So I'm glad to hear that you're following the advice instead of just listening to it.
Yeah, man. My story isn't like it hasn't even started, but from my end, I know that anytime I'm going to make it in life, I'm going to look back at all these moments and I'm going to be like, yeah, it started from those small things. What I've become, it's from those minor changes that I made in life.
What are the few of the small changes you've made? So I'm sure you have goals, but you want to
Yeah,
achieve. And my opinion is that some of these goals require a small change in habits. And
true.
what are some of the small changes in habits that you have made to achieve these goals? It can be a change to your
Have
lifestyle or
have okay. If I do have to say, apart from home and work, have a third location that you can be yourself at. Be it the gym, be it a park for running, or anywhere else, a certain coffee shop, whatever. But have a third location where you can be yourself. You can have like 100% focus, and in that period of time, just try execute things that you told yourself you will.
damn, bro, and that's some real advice there, bro. I think have a
so.
third
What's your
place.
third place, if you don't mind me asking?
So for me, yeah, it's very direct. It's a gym, right?
Yeah.
Even if I'm not working out, even if I'm feeling lazy some days, I just go over there. I don't do a lot of work. I don't work out like all 1 hour, 2 hours. No, I don't do it intensely. But I know in those moments when I am working out, the things I'm going to tell myself, it's going to build my character. Eh, Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Because most of the times when I feel like I need to talk to someone or I need to like listen to an advice or something, I don't put any music. I just go to the gym and I have a certain like perspective on what to execute from, yeah, what I want to achieve from life, and then in those thought process, I'm just like, oh, I have to do this, I'll do this, I have to do that, I'll do that. Like small steps I take towards that certain goal.
Okay, I think we'll get to wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Jenny, like if so, let's if there's one piece of advice, I ask this to all the guests, like if there's one piece of advice you want to leave everyone with, what would it be?
Be limitless. Limitations keep you out of the rooms that you never think you'll enter.
Damn, bro.
I love
Yeah.
that.
True.
Yeah.
So when you're like limitless, right? And it's all back to what I said. Um, the strongest man in the room isn't the one who has the most money. It isn't the one who has like the most expensive watch or the most aura. The strongest man in the room is the guy who said, I'll achieve X and achieves X.
Mm.
A man of his word. That's the strongest guy.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Word.
Casually dropping
That's
dropping bombs, bro.
yeah, man of his word. I like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a man.
Yeah.
That's a man right there. Sorry.
No, you have.
But yeah, thank you so much, Jenny, for speaking to us today. I think this was a very great and great episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me also. Um, I appreciate the time I've got to talk to you guys, to share my own personal experiences, to share my thoughts with you. And I mean, I hope in life, whenever you're in that situation, my advice comes helpful.
It will, for sure it will, I know.
I've
Yeah.
learned a lot,
I've
so
learned a lot, bro. Like you
I have a
the
lot to
third
keep in
place thing,
mind.
I never thought of it, like work and home.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel home always is a comfort place. Home will always keep you comfortable, right?
Mm,
I'll do this later, maybe tomorrow. Your laziness takes over every time when you're at home. And work is too busy for you to think about anything.
mm.
You barely have a thought in mind, and then something happens, someone happens. So you have a lot of piles of work, right? And your thought goes towards that. So it's so important to have another place where you can go be yourself out there. Yeah.
So,
Thank you
well,
so much, Jenny. Yeah, again.
also, I was gonna put your socials on top of your name. That way,
Yeah.
people can, click on it and check your page out, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That'll be fine.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks, guys.
All
We'll see
right.
you
Thank
guys
you
in the
very
next.
much.
Yeah.
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 See you guys in the
Thank you
next
very much
episode.
for having me. And I hope you guys grow. And in the next 5 years, we'll meet again.
Yeah, for sure.